Welcome to my tarot card reading for Canada 2014. The opening of the reading starts with Eshu, Ogun, and Babalu. And this is a very interesting reading in the sense that it is talking about things related with health and working in the progress of humanity. In this case, progress anything related with Canada. In other words, what the tarot cards are saying here, the opening is things related with health. So it means that there are going to be new developments on health. It could be new technologies that are going to be developed, new techniques that are going to be developed or are going to be brought to Canada, new health related developments. That's the main topic for Canada, is anything related with health issues. Okay, and not only health issues, it also related with promises. Therefore, we could talk about when we sign contracts, we could say that that's a promise, a promissory note. And along that line, that's the main topic. So let's pay attention on how everything starts developing, and that way we can figure out what is 2014 bringing to Canada. Okay, we have here the astrological tarot cards. We have the Prince of Wands or the Page of Wands, representing the North Node with Jupiter, which is the Sagittarius chariot. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which represents the throne of Libra with Saturn and Venus. And this is a very, very interesting dynamic, because we have Libra, that is an intellectual sign, an air sign, and we have Venus that likes to bring order, balance into everything. But then we have Saturn, which is a little bit more rigid, and more likes hierarchy and all this kind of stuff. And then we have Sagittarius that likes to see the big picture of everything. So in other words, the 2014 is very closely related with things related with health and pacts, contracts, promises that were made, be it with United States, be it with other whatever country like Mexico. This is the kind of situation that we're talking about. But what we have here is that we're going to start seeing that there are a little bit of limits there. Is the structure is a little bit too rigid and doesn't let the maximum expression. That's Saturn manifesting there. So it's kind of restraining, is the best word I can use. It's kind of a restraining thing going on. But when we look at here, we could say that Canada will start experiencing a feeling that has been restrained by promises that now cannot keep for whatever reason. Promises, contracts that are not capable to keep them because they're very restrictive. They don't allow them to move freely, let's put it like that. And that's the energy that is going to be manifesting. And in some way, somehow, it seems like also the health issue, health topics are going to be the main topic during 2014 for Canada. I don't know what is the tie between health, could be health insurance, new technologies, and the feeling of being restrained. Okay, the tarot cards not only talk about that. Here we have 3 cards that are showing that there is something that is blocked, something that is not flowing. So it's like a deadlock, like people don't get into a common ground. There's something there that is like a deadlock, dead end. There is no exit. Something is not flowing properly, and it's making things feel very uncomfortable, very restrictive. The feeling like your mind has been restrained, and you can't express things, and it's all closely related with health or contracts, promissory notes, or promises, whatever it is involved here. We're talking about a country, therefore we're talking about promises, contracts, allies, etc., related with health and things that are not flowing. That's what the Tarkers are talking, okay? And very restrictive stuff. We could say that there are very restrictive laws coming to regulate the health department, we can call it the health department, that aspect of Canada, okay? For the first trimester, Canada, this is what we have for you. We have the Seven of Cups, and he's talking about dreams, following the dreams. So this is going to be a trimester where the nation, Canada, or the government, they just want to pursue a dream, but this time is a little bit more realistic. So in other words, this first trimester is a trimester that reality is going to be the order of the day. Being realistic, reality comes to manifestation. Let's put it like that. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Reality finally catches up with Canada. The first trimester. The second trimester, we have here the Nine of Staff, and is letting us know how much energy is wasted in being kind of on the defensive mode or offensive mode. Is trying to keep everything afloat, nothing to attack you. It's like a kind of a Cold War, if you can relate what I'm trying to say. This kind of energy is the one that is manifesting here. We are trying to keep everything under check, control, and it's a lot of ways of energy because the person is not paranoid, let's put it like that, but they don't want those staff to hit them again on the head. So we could say that trust issues are going to be the order of the day during the second trimester. Then by the third trimester, what we have here is the Emperor. And the Emperor is about the rational mind, logic, and organization. Therefore, it's all about structure, restructuring, changes, and that's what the tarot cards are saying. That third trimester is going to be all about structure, restructure. So it could be laws that are going to be passed in order to bring order, to restructure whatever it is. It could be laws, it could be changes in many structural areas, hierarchy. This is the kind of energy that is manifesting. How it's going to manifest is it could be manifesting in many, many ways. Okay? It could be new laws that are enforced in order to bring order, structure, etc. And then by the last trimester, what we have here is the King of Wands, but it's upside down. He conveys more or less the same energy as the Emperor, showing that there's changes, restructuring going on at the end of 2014. The last trimester is going to be about changes, restructuring, etc., etc. When we put together the horizontal line and the vertical line, we have a very interesting dynamic. For example, the vertical line mentions about a very interesting dynamic that is going to happen in Canada. Is all about passing laws, restructuring, etc., to adapt to reality. Okay, so reality kicks in, and there is going to be new laws, new creation of new organizations, whatever, restructuring to adapt to reality. Okay, the horizontal line, we then see that this situation that is kind of in an offensive mode, defensive mode, is not paranoia, but I already explained the meaning, and is pushing, this thing is pushing into a direction of creating changes, a lot of changes, structural changes, hierarchical changes, changes in laws, and all this kind of stuff. When we put all that together, it creates what I call the vortex. And the vortex is nothing more than the High Priestess and the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords represents Aquarius. And is letting us know that there's going to be a lot of impulsiveness. When all this dynamic start getting all together, the Canadians are going to be acting a little bit impulsive. It's kind of interesting. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be unsatisfied. A lot of unsatisfaction is going to be the order of the day during 2014 for Canadians, with all these new laws, all this restructuring, all these changes that are coming to Canada. Okay, that's what technically the tarot cards are saying. And highly probable is also closely related with health. Health and notes, promissory notes, promises. It could be even insurance, health insurance, who knows. Here we have what I call the trilogy. And the trilogy has the King, has the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. And there's a lot of structural changes that are going to happen, like I've been saying, represented by the Knight of Wands. But then there's someone from the past that is bringing those changes. It could be a politician that is re-elected, or some way, somehow, someone that used to be an important part of the political life of the Canadians. Some way, somehow, he comes back as a counselor. He's hired for a company, whatever it is. Someone from the past, probably an ex-governor, ex-president, whatever it is, there's someone that comes from the past that is going to bring those changes. Okay? And is going to create a period of contemplation, a period of analysis, where people or the nation or the politicians are going to be thinking, analyzing everything. A contemplation period of time. What the tarot cards are saying is that during this period of time that we're going to start seeing these changes and these adaptations to reality, is letting us know that all this is going to be a failure. Nothing is going to work out as planned. And here we have the Queen of Cups, which represents Scorpio. And then we have the Emperor. And this card represents when you are good at something with your hands. It could be, you could be a craftsman or whatever it is. And the Emperor changes. But this is also Scorpio, which represents changes. So again, for 2014, there is going to be a lot of structural changes for Canadians. A lot of structural changes are going to be manifesting. They're all going to be tied up with new laws, things related with promises that were made, contracts. It could be Social Security, there's such thing there. It could be things related with health, we have to pay close attention because the cards are saying that there are going to be restrictions and things are not going to flow freely. Okay, so we have to pay attention, but the dynamic, the energy is out there. How it's going to manifest is going to be very interesting, but the energy is out, and that's what you have for Canada 2014.